Well, hello. Welcome to Pepper's Echo. My name's Andre. Happy New Year to all you wonderful, wonderful people out there. Awesome. I hope you've all had a magical Christmas and a fantastic, fantastic New Year out there as well. And I hope from the bottom of my heart that you are going to have an absolutely blessed and wonderful 2026. It is going to be an awesome year. I just feel it in my bones. It is going to be an awesome year. And it's going to be a year that we need to look for the awesomeness as such out of it. It's not going to be something that is going to come easy. As we've seen, 2025 has left a few scars as we've gone along. I do apologize for being late. I actually forgot that I actually still had the stream. And I was actually sitting there talking to Ina when I suddenly jumped up and went, I have 3 minutes to stream and I've got to try and get photos and that over. So I do apologize profusely for being late and not getting all my stuff set up, etc., etc. as I'm supposed to do. So I'm a little frazzled, but hopefully we are not going to have hiccups. I have some other equipment in hand, yes, so we're hopefully not going to have the off-on hiccup again. And I have got two things on my mind. Today I've got, let me just actually greet everyone properly first. First of all, Buzzy Lynn, thank you very much for always looking after getting the link, even though I have been working today. Dylan, I hope you have had a super awesome New Year and Christmas. Good to see you. Nick, man, altyd lekker. Nog 'n enetjie met Asia Nick. Great stuff, my friend. Dylan, Debbie Murray, how are you keeping? Oh, man. Miss you and Colin Stacks. And happy anniversary for the other day. You guys have been sticking it out a long time. No, with pleasure. I know you guys are just awesome people. I don't know any two people that belong to each other like you guys do. So yes, welcome. What's busy? Dylan says, hope you're well. Had a great start to 2026. Yes, it's been a sick start, but anyway, I'm actually on the recoup, so really good. Can't complain. I'll tell you all about my Christmas, New Year. I've tried to just throw over pictures. So in the middle of pictures, you're going to get screenshots and pictures of hopefully no naked pictures for some of you there, but to just sort of like I've just thrown them over raw from my phone. So in between, we might end up with pictures that we need to. Nick says, hey, all good people, please excuse me from chat. Got an emergency. Take care of you. Take care of you, Nick. Not a problem at all. Good. Dylan, good luck, Nick. Take care. Right. Debbie says, it's 2026. Let's embrace them. 2026. I like that. That's a really good one, Debbie. 2026. And then, lovely to see you. Thank you very much. Debbie, okay, yeah, you've read my little description there. Like the idea of once a month stream and good catch up. I think it will free you up for work commitments. I'll chat about all of that now. Yes. Who we got there, Debbie? Smooth. Happy 2026. Happy 2026 to you there. Right back, Dylan. 100% forgivable, Andre. Oh, Dylan, you are such a gentleman. You know that. Absolutely awesome friend to have there. Okay, so I have two things on the mind at the moment that I need to speak to. Number one is what I'm talking about when I mean the beginning of the end. And number two is I will actually show you some photos and maybe a little bit of clips and that. Unfortunately, I have not sieved them out, so it's 1,000,001. We'll have to go through where there's a couple of photos taken more than what we should have as such. So yeah. That is the second part. So I don't know if we'll make a full hour or not, but let's take a look at what we can do. So first of all, I am basically wanting to end Pepper's Echo stream. So it's either going to be a total end now and say, look, you know what, at the beginning, I'm going to end it. There's a couple of reasons for it. And I have looked at the fact that you are such loyal, wonderful, fantastic, great people. And sometimes I honestly feel that, you know what, you actually come on your just to support me, just out of a sort of like, I feel like your charity case, when, oh, well, let's let's have let's at least make Andre feel better, and you always make me feel better. But I do go under tremendous pressure to try and find some kind of content, and I also do feel that I don't really bring anything to the table. When I do bring content up, it's just like sort of rewashed, which already been there. So I was thinking, well, maybe it depends on you guys. If you would like to still have a stream, I would like to look at maybe putting once a month out then, if you would like it that way. Otherwise, we could just, say, call it a day, depending on you guys. If you'd like once a month, then, either the end of the month, the beginning of the month, or the middle of the month, you guys can say, just put it on a comment, put it on a mail, put it on a message. Let me know so that I can let you know. I keep the WhatsApp group going. But there's a couple more things. As I said, number one, I just sometimes feel I'm actually not doing you justice, and you guys are, sort of holding me up, which I really, really so appreciate from you guys, because that's the type of people you are. You would just give without complaining. You would, even if it's just turning on to watch Andre regurgitate what you really don't want to hear about sometimes. Sometimes we've hit a nail on the head, but other times not so phenomenally fantastic. But it's a hit and miss. But if you would still like to have a chat, let me know, and I'm willing to actually pull it through on a monthly basis, once a month. And then, you know what, who knows what happens from there. Because I have started, as you know, I've started studying as well. At my age, I ask you, with tears in my eyes, it's actually been since June already, and work is piling up and needing to get done, which leaves us with very, very little time to get things done, because at school, my lessons have also piled up and also spread across such a way in the day that it has made it very, very difficult to actually try and finish study work at school, as well as lesson plans, and as well as doing assignments, discussion forums, portfolio activity, etc., and trying to actually just bite off a little bit of time for Ina, because at the moment I haven't done it for about a month now, we'll say 3 weeks now, but we were working weekends as well, and on Sundays, me on Saturdays. Sundays, I'm ferociously running around trying to catch up here, there, and everywhere, and then trying to put content down, stressing myself to pieces about the stream. And you guys have been absolute rock stars, and that's why I say, I really want to know from you, which if I should, if Andre, it's a dead horse, stop flogging it, or let's go on once a month, because I can really put that together. And I also looking at hopefully stopping work, so we should probably have about 2 or 3 weeks of weekends left aside, and then it's going to sort of step us down, and we'll also have to watch the income a little as well then, because that's stepping down. You'll be surprised how much weekend work actually handles your everyday life and every day-to-day life as well for you. We're also going to need to try and start looking at doing stuff for ourselves as we start getting older. We're obviously not going to work forever. And we are not one of those pension eggs or nest egg people who've had anything. Unfortunately, we did run a business, and the business ran aground, and we ended up in Cambodia with a suitcase each and a backpack, and that was it. I have no houses, no scholarship fund, no trust fund, anything to that effect. So we've got to start actually building something up to try and maybe combat what you would call having some form of income later on in life, hopefully not too soon. But if the sooner we start looking at, the better. Then as well, we do want to go back to South Africa. We probably won't be going back this year again, but we'd also like to take a look around China itself, actually do a little bit of adventuring. There are a few things up my sleeve. There are a few things rolling across my table, which I would love to tell you about, which I'm not going to at this very time moment. If we do have a a monthly stream, I will be able to sort of tell you about it. Otherwise, I will also keep you updated. I'll probably become a little bit more involved in the WhatsApp site as well. And then I would probably see if time permits and I start spending a little bit more time on things, would be maybe just putting on recorded stuff, pre-recorded videos onto Pepper's Echo. And as I say, then once a month we can take a look. Depending, as I said, how you guys feel. If it's actually just a schlep to actually pull on you, then please don't do so. But yeah, let me get to the chat there. So there's a lot of things going on, and time is tugging on us, and we are definitely. You know what? If I felt that I was maybe a Chris or a Ronaldo or somebody that was actually sort of bringing you the up to date and everything, and the refugee lotto and stuff like that, then I would be able to say, okay, you know what, I'm bringing you something. But we're actually just having a chat, and it's sometimes really, really difficult to say, you know, yes, something worth your while is you should have ripped yourself away from what you're doing to do this. But let's take a look at the chat as we go through virtual. Happy 2026. Thanks, Debbie. Forgivable. Feel better soon. Dylan, thanks, man. I have been dreadfully ill and trying to get through Shanghai and Beijing with a friend who came. He actually lives in the Netherlands, but he's been in South Africa and he's come here and he went back to South Africa now the weekend. And he'll be there a week, and then he's going to be going back to let me just get that thing out of the way there without, for a week, and then he'll be going back to the Netherlands again. But it has been lovely actually having a friend around as well. Buzzy, Ina's good. Hope you had an amazing Christmas. We were in Beijing for Christmas, and our Christmas lunch was McDonald's cheeseburgers. Not much Christmas over here, but yes, Dylan, whatever's easiest for you. As I say, I'm happy to do once a week, not once a week, once a month, but it must be if it's wanted. If it's not, then you know what, I'd rather just cap it totally. And go with the preloads and WhatsApp group, but and you know, we can return again, but yeah. Once a month sounds good, Andre, but it's up to you. Yeah, no, up to me is once a month. I'm happy, and then I'll sit and talk absolute shit bits for an hour. If the time's right for you, otherwise maybe move it up an hour. Like try from 1 o'clock instead of 2 o'clock, or 12 instead of 1, which will make it 6 or 7 for me and not as late. But yeah, what's done say RSA is a hellhole at the moment. Yeah, I see old Ramaphosa's having a quiet crap in the corner because old Trump decided to kick Venezuela's ass, and now he's worried that he's been slandering Trump as well. And next thing he sees that Trump isn't just barking, he's now biting. So yeah, Debbie, home is where the heart is, no matter where you live. Yeah, it is. Now, Debbie says 90% of all our language we are. Oh, let me get this up. 90% speaking all of our language. We all rowing our singing from the same hymn sheet. Yeah. Home is where the heart is, no matter where you live. Yeah, it is. But I just, you know what? It's just why I've suggested once a month is because I really love you guys, and I just wouldn't like to totally give up. On not seeing you guys and sometimes having a chat. Something I did get, I was actually very spoiled for Christmas and my birthday. I got a Kindle. Thank you very much to Mommy Ina. She gave me my Kindle because there's a book that I've been looking for a long time, and it's been a big struggle to get it yet because I can't order from Amazon over here, and I've always been someone like, I want the real book, you know, and I want to feel the pages and everything like that. And actually, one of my students at school was showing me his Kindle and said, look, it's really cool. So I said, okay, let's try this out. And I'm actually thrilled with it at the moment because I eventually got my book that I was looking for. I don't have the cover or anything printed for you. Uh, Adrian Sneyman, I think, wrote it. It's called Messenger of God. It's basically a story of Sina van Rensburg, the prophet dude in South Africa. I'm sure everyone's heard of Sina van Rensburg, and it's obviously it's the translation. So I'm reading the English one, and I'm really enjoying it to pieces. And it's so easy to read because I'm not carrying a book and trying to keep the pages open, etc., etc. So I'm feeling a little stupid that I've let technology slip so far away from me that I'm only rediscovering it now again. But yeah, I'm very spoiled, very happy, and I'm really enjoying the book. Called, if you're interested in it at all, it's called Messenger of God, Sina van Rensburg. Adrian Sneyman, if I'm not mistaken, is the guy. And I struggled for, I don't know, 2 weeks before I could actually get a book on there because, yeah, of our wonderful means and ways of doing things. Not going to go into that too far. Let me just try and get this light off every time I touch this. Off. There we go. So, yeah, what did we do? We went to, my friend came and we went to Shanghai. And I was sadly unimpressed with Shanghai. I was really unimpressed with Shanghai. Shanghai is like a big business city. That's it. It's a big business city. It's not got history or anything. I suppose if we spent longer there, I knew what to do. But we went the Friday night because we were working. So we went the Friday night after work. And we came back the Sunday again because we were working Monday again. Beijing was a little bit better because that was now the Christmas week. We left the Wednesday evening after work. And we got to Beijing. We left Friday night. Yeah, I think we got, was it 10, 11 o'clock to, no, it was earlier that we got to Shanghai. But Beijing, I think we got at about 11:30, 12 o'clock. Then we went to the wrong hotel. And then we eventually got to the right hotel. It was freezing. And then Christmas morning was sort of like, hello, where are we going to have breakfast type of thing. It wasn't very Christmassy. But as I said, Shanghai, we went to Yew Garden. I'll show you. It's nice. And then we went to, one big thing that we wanted to do was go up the Shanghai Tower. There's the Pearl Tower and the Shanghai Tower. Now, the Shanghai Tower is the highest one there. We wanted that one. But unfortunately, the Saturday that we wanted to go up, it was so cloudy and foggy that we couldn't go up because you couldn't see. So we still moved our bus tickets and that on the Saturday, on the Sunday later, went for the Sunday morning, but still didn't. The Bund is a sort of like the expat or whatever place, but I didn't see too much places or restaurants or anything like that. But we did walk along the walk along the river where you actually get to see the silhouette of the city or whatever. But anyway, let me just see. I'm not too sure where we are. Yeah, let me just throw myself in there.
Enter EN Road.
There we are on our way. That's in Shanghai. We were on our way to go and have breakfast over there. Yes. No, we had a good time. And that's my friend Roger. That is at Yew Garden. Now, around Yew Garden is like Yew Market, and we didn't take too much photos there because there was a lot of people wanting you to buy their stuff. And it's all like little authentic shops and things like that, etc., etc. Look very, very nice, very pretty. And unfortunately, that over there, if you take a look, the weather is fair, but not great. But that was the best weather that we had. This is the Yew Garden, walking into Yew Garden. Now, I haven't edited these clips or anything like that. I've taken them to try and put a little movie together. So you might find a lot of what you don't want. This is And I got to try and actually just get a little bit more history on the Yew Garden, Roger at the Yew Garden, Roger at the Yew Garden. And myself at the Yew Garden. This is inside, just going inside by the Yew Garden. Some room. That's the map of the garden. Very pretty garden. It's got a little, like, giant bonsai trees and things like that around. That's just me trying to be photographic, but realizing that I'm not. That's a little bit more better view of what the Yew Garden is as you're walking through the garden, with some emperor or whatever's garden from his house. I don't mean to sound facetious, but I thought it was bigger. Roger the Dodger. Yeah, it usually goes Roger Rabbit. So Roger. Unfortunately, you're going to see a lot of Roger because we took a lot of photos for him so that he could actually have photos to go home with. And this was a huge rockery artistically designed by Zhang Yang, the famous architect in the Ming Dynasty, 14 meters in height. The rockery has peculiar peaks, steep hills, gullies, winding paths. I didn't go too much on the rockery, but there it is. There it goes out there. And so, there. Yew Garden. I eventually got gardened out here, guys. So, classic garden. The word fang refers to a building in the shape of a boat. Oh, that was the boathouse thing that I took. The word is he means also. Also the boathouse. That was it there. It was just sort of a place in the garden seeming to be the boathouse. Yew Garden again. There's the quite an amount of visitors. As I said, unfortunately, you're going through all the clips I've got to work through to try and just put it into a 5-minute clip. So this is where you go out. And as much as what you wait for people not to try and come in the exit, they do. The chest shot. It was actually quite busy, but I'm assuming it's probably because it was public holidays. This is another area that we got into at the Yew Garden. But as you can see, not too busy, but there was still quite a number of people around there. Rog. That's a beautiful picture of me wifey over there, at least. Yew Garden as well again. As you can see, I think that's almost the Shanghai Tower in the back there that you can see sticking through the trees there. It's sort of like the entrance part to the Yew Garden. Rockery side. What the heck is that? Okay, this was just inside because obviously we couldn't go up in the Shanghai Tower, so we went into the Shanghai Tower where there's like malls and stores, and I think on the 15th or 16th floor there was a bookshop that we went to, and as you walked along the passage there were these paintings, and my wifey being as arty as what she was, decided she liked these paintings, so we did one there. Did we say Yew Garden, famous to show examples of Chinese garden style? Yeah, it comes from the Ming Dynasty, that garden, so it's a really, really old garden, so I probably don't give it the appreciation that it should. This is the bund. Now when you go walking along the bund, I took a terrible amount of photos here, so I'm going to have to go through them quickly. This is, you'll see, this is where we start and we end up walking along the river there. And it is there. The buildings are all lit up. It looks beautiful golden on this side, and you'll see now when you look over, you will see the famous skyline of Shanghai. There's the Pearl Tower. But as you can even see here, and there's the Shanghai Tower. But you can even see here that it is a little foggy. It's a little fogged up. There's across from where we were walking. Damn cold. And unfortunately, this was probably one of the highlight parties, actually seeing, you know, that famous skyline. There we go. The Shanghai skyline. Yeah, it was quite busy still, what I was trying to do there. As I said, there's things, and that, my good people, you will see later on, was our Christmas card. But I did manage to fix up my hair. That's the Pearl Tower. And then to the right there, that one with the blue, that's the one that you go up to like 84th floor or something like that to actually go to get the lookout. That's the higher one. So we were wanting to go into the higher one, but we didn't. We couldn't go up because, as you can see, this is what the weather was like the evening already. And yeah, and that's just, you see it very, very busy. That's the walkway along the Bund. That's the Bund is the river area that you're walking, and on your right hand side is the river with the skyline. On the left hand side are all the buildings. So yeah, but unfortunately, rather foggy. And there we go, my lovely wife. And that is a very good picture of my pocket when I videotaped in my pocket. Yeah, walkways are very busy. There we go. That's the boats that they go up and down there with. You can, if you pay, you can get taken on a boat, and that there we were cold and I was miserable. But there you can go on the boats over there as well. I would have loved it to have been a clearer evening. That's some or other, that's the lookout point that you go to. It's a bit of a better one. But as I say, unfortunately, still very, very foggy. That's basically from the lookout point where you actually get the full Shanghai skyline. Hang on. As I say. And then we got to, and if you take a look in the right-hand corner, you'll see there's a lady in a wedding dress. You have no idea the amount of people that are taking wedding photos there. That lady's still got a fair amount over her top and shoulders. There was some like strapless, shoulderless, and it's freezing. So they like throw the jacket off, pose for the photos, die of cold in the process. But yeah. Yeah, Bund waterfront area is great. Capture central Shanghai. Yeah, and that's what we went for. You know, a very short time. We'll probably try and sometime go on a tour of Shanghai to see what there is more to see. But we were on limited borrowed time, so yeah. Yeah, it's very, very popular for wedding pics. That is one of 5, 6, if not more, that we saw. And then there was a little Christmas setup, and that's the closest we got to Christmas. don't know why. Oh, and then eventually, at least that evening, Roger took us out to a very nice place. I actually found it round the corner from our hotel. Now, I didn't take photos of the hotel. It's not the poshest of places. It's a clean little place that was good enough to be able to put your head down on, but it's not the Radisson or the Hilton or anything like that. It was just a sort of little clean place. We really didn't have much to spend on, and also didn't want to spend on accommodation as much there. So there we go. We're at a place called, wait for it, Le Coq. I don't know why my photos seem to have doubled up. Urban Boutique. Where's the name? I did get the name there somewhere. Le Coq Wine and Bistro. COQ for those of you with dirty minds. Okay, and then we've got to get all my... Oh, and this was in Shanghai, I think. Yeah, this not Shanghai. This was when we went to Beijing. I thought it was a fairly authentic McDonald's. So yeah, got hold of that there. I think we had Christmas lunch there. You can see Ina's got the thick jacket on there, and I'm telling you, it got colder and colder. You see, you remember that photo I showed you earlier on, and I said that was our Christmas photo? This is what I just put into AI. I said, Christmas this up for me, and it fixed my hair, although I look like I've got no teeth. But yeah, this is it had to do. 2012, I had McDonald's for Christmas lunch, says Debbie. But yeah, so that was the photo that I took, and I just put a Christmas tree and stars and said Merry Christmas on it. And of course, I think it took away a couple of a few what do you call wrinkles there as well. So yeah, only thing is I look like I don't have any teeth. And then this was just another one. I just liked the other one with the Shanghai in the background. More bird's eye view map of the Temple of Heaven. That's where we went on the Thursday afternoon. I'll read all about it sometime. The Temple of Heaven is one of the ancient Chinese temples of its kind that still stands with supreme status, integrity, characteristics. In 1961, it was designated a state priority protected site. I'd have to try and zoom into that to see a little bit better. But there you can see, if you take a look there by the foot of the lamppost, that's ice. I don't know if you can call it snow, but it was ice. And if you look on the trees, it has some ice on the trees still as well. So it was pretty chill. Yeah, that was Temple of Heaven. I think that was a sacrificial spot. Yeah, animal sacrifice pavilion that we went to, built in 1420. Still the Ming Dynasty, Yongle Emperor's reign. Animal sacrifice pavilion was used for the slaughtering of sacrificial animals. It has 5 bay halls featuring double eave hip and gable roof with green glazed tiles. A well pavilion stands in front of it. So there is a well in the middle there. We'll see there. You'll see that red thing on the left-hand side. In the middle there, that's actually the well. Because at first I said, no, that's the slaughterhouse. But then we saw inside. You'll see there we even put gloves on there. And there we found some very nice ladies. We were looking at mail order brides. And I figured if they didn't have so far to post them without international postage, they'd be cheaper, but they're not. No, I'm kidding. Hendo, is Hendo? Yeah, I didn't see Hendo, but anyway, I see somebody says hi, Hendo. So hello, Hendo. yeah, so yeah, we a lot of the people around the places got
Yeah, have a good journey.
dressed up. There's Ina. That's also now. This is the long veranda or something like that we ended up walking up. And I was insistent that I get the blue artwork on it. There's the well. That's the Temple of Heaven. I can also only temple for that one. Artifacts and Dylan, not brides for the wife. The wife had to she had to certify them. Just looking, there's bells. Makes you think of whiskey. Dylan, only 3. Dylan, 1's enough, bro. You don't want 3. Look at me. Look at me. It's bad to look like this at age 21. But yeah, there were quite a lot of people. This is all in the Temple of Heaven. Now you can see there's a lot of people that are dressed up because there's actually places just outside where you can actually, and it's outside Tiananmen Square, outside Temple of Heaven, outside most of the places that you can actually rent traditional clothing and get made up. So a lot of people go rent it and get made up to actually go there and have their photos taken, and that you'll see all over the place. There's always somebody, and up there is people standing with traditional dress. So it's not uncommon. And that was my attempt at a sunset. That was my New Year's picture. Was the sunset. There's in front of the temple. There's us in front of the temple. I'm sure you'll get Roger in front of the temple soon as well. There we go. Yeah. That's sort of inside. All very nice. Yeah, no, it was really good. Yeah, no, Dylan, it was good. And then there was a lady busy taking photos, and when they finished, Roger went then, she ran to go and have a photo taken. So I said, well, why don't you come along and have a photo taken? And he was all shy, and eventually we had a photo taken with this strange lady with Roger at the Temple of 600-year history and culture, the Temple of Heaven in Beijing. That was an absolute stranger, just like, okay, pull in. Very cold. As you can see, we even had gloves on there. I don't easily put gloves on, but yeah. That's just a market. I didn't do many photos there. You go in, there's a whole lot of different little stalls and things and everything. If you want to buy a souvenir, you go there. You don't go and buy it at the places because the places charge you twice as much. I also figured I'd show you an authentic KFC. If you thought McDonald's was authentic, there's an authentic KFC for you as well. This is the queue that we waited the next morning to get into Tiananmen Square. Now, Roger did a factory visit for a company on the Thursday morning, and the people who actually do business with them in the Netherlands said, "Well, what do you guys want to do?" We said, "Well, we're looking at Tiananmen Square." They said, "Don't worry, we'll take you," and everything. So they sorted everything for us and walked us through, and then had took us for lunch and everything to that effect. And this is just the queue to get into Tiananmen Square. I kid you not, 2 hours, guys. 2 hours. This is where we still had to go right down to the bottom, around, and that was the other part coming up to the entrance store. And this is about 9 o'clock in the morning. There we are, eventually getting to the front. And there we inside Tiananmen Square. But they check you. I'm telling you, they turn your belt inside out. They turn the rim of your pants around. They lift your shirt up. They make you take your cell phone out of its cover. I was just waiting to get bent over and hear a rubber glove snap behind my back, and then I was going to turn around and go, no, this isn't worth it. But yeah, you are checked left, right, and center, ears, gears, the lot. That's just a map of Tiananmen Square. I'm not too sure that building. The other one was the monument to the era. There's the famous Tiananmen Square that everyone sees always on TV and everything. But to get into here is like major. There's even a road that runs by, but there's no ways you'll get past those little yellow things. That's like the monument to the heroes monument. Sort of your, I think, buildings, and there's like the law all over the place. Look, yeah, I'm very.
I'm looking at you.
And it's getting cold. Yeah, no, hectic security there. As I said, I have not. Let's get past the Rog photos. That's the flag. If you get there very early in the morning, but you've got to book. You've actually got to book place to be able to go in. Otherwise, they only allow a certain amount of people. Now, you can get in, I think, at 6:45 in the mornings for flag raising. We just weren't going to do that cold. There we were with the famous square in the back. And then if you go past there, then you go to, I'm just going on and on, to the Forbidden City. The Palace Museum. Well, I was like Palestine by now. I think, that was just a cute little girl feeding the birds. And there I spent a lot of time trying to take these birds that were doing great formation. And then the Forbidden City, you have sort of courtyard after courtyard after courtyard. I like about 3 courtyards, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing any more of this city. There's walls and halls and everything. That's how cold it was. The water's frozen. Yeah, as I said, everywhere you can hire, so you got people are dressed up. Even guys, as you can see there, they've got their kit on. But most of them are pretty cold, but at least their kit looks warm. That's just us. The one guy on the total left-hand side is one of the chaps that took us there. Should be one with all the guys. There we go. Those are the two chaps that actually took us there with Roger. We took photos for them as well. And as we were leaving the Forbidden City, I would just take a couple. Now, apparently this is very quiet. Hello, Hendo. Courtyard allergy, Andre. Don't like walking a few miles. No, I do not. I get... It's courtyard after court. This Forbidden City is massive, but it's just courtyard after courtyard after courtyard. And inside is all the relics and different halls and different things. And there's even a school. They tried to kill their children by boring them to death with going through... No, I'm kidding. They had these cute little guys in there matching anoraks and everything there. There we were going for lunch, supper, or late lunch. They're these guys, and it was actually so nice to have these guys there because they actually ordered for us all the authentic different foods. The duck and I don't know, some chicken thing, and then they actually even gave me tofu, and I don't like tofu. That was actually very, very nice. But so yeah, we ended up with a pretty authentic meal that they actually treated us to, and they ordered all the Beijing stuff. Yep, Hendo, Ming Dynasty, my friend, Ming Dynasty. Okay, this is the next day. The Saturday we went on a tour to the wall. Now, the nice thing is, you go on the tour, it's the bus, and it is a lunch included there for you and everything. And when you get there, you just pay for your tickets, your entry tickets included, but you pay for your the rails, the cable cars. We got in here somewhere, and then there's one cable car that goes up there and down, and then there's another cable car that goes up there and down as well. This one's more like a ski cable car, ski seat. You'll see Nana, and this is a closed one. This one we went up with a cable car, and we came down with a toboggan. There's a toboggan street there, and little gift shop. I don't know what that was there for. Mistake. There you can sort of see we're coming towards the wall. There's the wall at the top of the mountain there. And even the trees were getting cold, so they put jerseys on the trees there. What did I enjoy eating the most, Buzzy? We must say, both Ina and I, hands down, said that the Beijing duck was really, really fantastic. It was nice and crispy and juicy and succulent. Very, very nice. The most surprised I was that I actually enjoyed the tofu type of stuff that they had there. And then they had like a beef noodle, and then there was a soup. The soup was okay. But you know, and then you take lettuce, and then you put some of the little sort of beeflets or chicken pieces in there with like some of the herbs and that, and then you wrap the lettuce leaf up and you eat it like that, and that's pretty amazing. Yeah, here we go. There's a couple of people that were with us. Okay, so you see that is the cable car. You can see there's the one on the left. That's the one that's enclosed, and we're going up to the right. We almost marched our asses off to the top there. You like get to the cable car, and it's like, no ways. Seen the wall coming back now. I don't even want to go up anymore. That's where you go up the cable car.
Here we go.
That's just showing you where we are and where we're going up. And there's always a queue for something there. See, there's the cable car. Now, but I must show you something. This is pretty nifty. You sit in this cable car over there, and you see these two things on the back. Those are actually toboggans. So the toboggans come down, and then they clip them onto the back of the ski cable car to take them back up again. When they go up, you jump off, and the guys at the top take the toboggans off, and you come back down with the toboggans. So I was wondering, you'll see that the ones going up have things on the back, and the ones coming down don't have anything on the back at all, because they've taken the toboggans off at the top. So, we were saying, I wonder how they get the toboggans back up again after running down. And so, yeah, there's the toboggan. Here we go. I can say hello.
Hi! Oh, your aunt might get sitting on.
There's the sled. That's the toboggan track. There's our Roger toboggan track. There's a little bit of ice there as well. There's some ice on the ground. So it was really cold there. Causing a lot of video editing for myself here. That's me trying to do photography, which I'm not good at. Oh, let's get off the cable car. That's coming up towards the wall. And it's pretty cool when as you're coming up to the wall, there's a little window just before you get to the top of the wall, and there they take photographs of you. And you can go to the top, and then you can take your photograph, and it's in a little cardboard thing, like they do in Cape Town and stuff like that. There's the wall. Roger on the wall. Ina and I eventually making it to the top of the wall. Yeah, you should see that there's the view from the wall, and you can see it's pretty icy. But yeah, I walked down to that little first base there, and then I said, to hell with that. I've now walked the wall. I've seen the wall. I don't want to wall anymore. I've seen wall and all, and let's go back. I was not going to try and stretch the whole mile around. I've been there, felt it. One as well. Yes, we were going down there. Waiting for you. No, and so you look. Yeah. As I said, took quite a few photos, so I'm going to smash through them quickly. I'll show you the toboggan ride when we're on it. Was in front of me, so I kept on. You pulled back to brake, and if you let it go, it's still slightly braked. So then you had to push forward to release everything to go. And I kept on running into the back of her, shouting, "Push the lever forward! Push the lever forward!" I'm telling you, she turned around and gave me a mouthful towards the end there. This grumpy old geezer on my walkabout, Hendo. I was a freaking butterfly. Very nice. See, I was a flippin' bundle of joy, Hendo. What do you mean? See. Hey, I tried one of those close selfies. And that's a Canon from the old days.
The dashboard.
I think somehow I had it on movement, so my camera took a photo and then would put movement with the photo as well. It's a little bit of a view there again.
another one.
I'm trying to get to the toboggan. Yeah, and just missing the Harley. African butterfly. Hendo. Not a moth. There's the stone cannon I was showing you that I was talking about. And the flipping, by the time you've walked up there and you've walked up and down all these stairs, I'm telling you, a man's hips and knees and ass is busy telling you, no, bro. You were not made for this. You know, in high concentration there. Yeah, those steps you had to do. Pretty. Don't know why I'm there again. There's the toboggan. Now, once again, what did we have? A queue, ladies and gentlemen. And then you go, and then you've got a break. And of course, everybody wants to go down with the toboggan, and the guy's stopping everyone one at a time so that you don't land on each other's ass. But here's me. Those are my feet, and that's in front of me now. Now, women drivers, guys, they throw brakes on for everything. No wonder they get tailed. Look here. I'm saying push the lever forward. Anyway, I had to put the camera away. They're not too chuffed if you have one hand only with a camera, because I think a lot of people lose their camera on the way down. That's the map of the mall where you are. We went to get some moo coffee. You know, I wanted boo juice. And that's the other cable car. Sting like a bee and float like a butterfly. Debbie, you saying I look like a hot air balloon? No, I'm kidding. And skip China. Too many people too many queues. Even with the buy one get one free mail order bride. It's buy one get two free, dude. Here we were on the way up there. And it's more wall. I mean, by now you like I got to the top there and I went. I'm just looking at the lookout point, and I'm going back down again because I was not going to run another half marathon up and down a wall. It's far steeper than what it looks.
Going this way is not. Oh, here we come. Get ready.
You can go on a little day hike there if you want to. If you want to walk up the wall, you can. At the bottom, they even have, you can rent these things that you strap onto your hips and it goes halfway down your legs with these like hydraulic pipes or whatever, climbing or walking support or whatever that you can get that actually makes walking and that easier. You can get that at the bottom. You can rent those as well. But yeah, what was I trying to get? Oh, I was taking the moon there. Look at the top, guys. Over here, I wanted to take the moon there. See there? That's what I was taking there. The moon. I wasn't just taking wires. That's about it. That's just my entrance. When I need water, I leave my water there for them. And that's the one photo that I took from the Temple of Heaven, and I also just put it in AI, and I said just give it a New Year vibe and Happy New Year to it. And that was it. and then I asked it gave me two kinds, one of the lanterns, one of the. This is at Confucius Temple, but I didn't do much there. Just like a store entrance that you go into. It's very cool. The entrance looks great and everything, and then you go down, and the next thing you're in the middle of a store that sells everything, and now you want to go out, and the exit is right on the other side where you can't see, so you've got to walk right through the store. That is just the boat area in the evening. It's very beautiful and nice. When my wife and I actually have a weekend off together again sometime, we will go there. This was a lovely museum to actually go to, and we really, really enjoyed it. Spent most of the time translating the walls, but really good. Okay, this is just people at New Year's. Let's take that. My schedules and things. Okay. So now you have my coffee room key code as well. So, guys, let me see what's this. You take 3 for 1. Dylan, there we go. Dylan, I'll spot you one. Hendo, with all that mail ordered bride, you'll need a lot of Krugerrands, but yeah, I'm going to dig up. I'm busy reading Sina van Rensburg's book, so yeah. Debbie says, I went on the longest toboggan ride in Austria at night. Full moon was beautiful. I can imagine. That must have been stunning. What's that? With all the cues, sounds like Temple of Hell, says Endo. Very nodding. Kruger Millions in my backyard. Dylan. So, when are we coming over for a bride to dig up your backyard? Hey, Dexter. Let me hide there again. Okay. But anyway, so that was my Christmas and New Year. It was very, very good. I was just pretty ill, especially in Shanghai. I was actually running a bit of fevers there, etc. But otherwise, really, really good. I was very fortunate to actually have Roger come, and he wanted to go and take care of everything. So we were very fortunate to have him around. Everything that we did, we went by train, which is nice. Bullet train actually takes you along quite well. I think 1,000 Ks took 3.5 hours there and 4 hours back by bullet train, so wasn't too bad. There's places we want to go to, like Dalian, and then is it Harbin? There's ice sculptures there. Then there's the Panda Sanctuary. There's the actual forest zoo in Nanjing, and there's Purple Mountain in Nanjing, and there's the Porcelain Temple in Nanjing still, sort of. So there's many places that we just haven't been able to be because, you know what? We've also got to mind you can't just throw out because everything does have an entry fee, number one. And number two, we just haven't had the time together as such yet. So, yeah. But let me know. You see if my email's still there. Yeah. Drop me a mail, pprs@gmail. Let me know on the WhatsApp group. Let me know with a comment, whatever. Would you like to see Pepper's Echo on a... let me just take that off. No, I've got that text in there. Hide. Would you like to have Pepper's Echo at least once a month? Or do we can it all together? Because I will not be doing one now again. If the vote comes up and says yes, we might have one for, say, the first weekend in Feb. And then, say, the first weekend in March. Maybe tell me when you'd like to see it as well, you know, middle of the month, end of the month. If so, if we don't get really much feedback on it, then I will rather leave it and, you know what, see how we go back forward. As I said, I've given you reasons, decisions that haven't been made easily because it's been an awesome, awesome ride. You guys have been absolutely, you know what, I feel like I'm going to miss my family for a long time. So it's really the pups. You know, bring me the pups, Bobs. Let's see if she can bring me the pups for the last time as well. Quickly see them. But yeah, it's just as I said. There's many reasons that I think are feasible. I think you may agree with me. And then yeah, Panda Sanctuary, yes. As soon as we can actually, we'll probably stop working. But as I said, then you can't travel a lot, but we'd still be able to travel a little bit more than what we are now, than having to sit around all the time. Bob's? She's fallen asleep in the front of the TV. Hold a second. Are you coming? Yeah. Okay. Bring Pops, please. Okay. She's bringing the pups to come and say farewell. Hey, yo, Bobby. So I'm in my baby grow. I'm in my baby grow. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I'm in my baby grow. No, Buzzy, no, it's, I think, middle of next week. There we go. Hello, hello, hello. Say, Hendo, how can that look like a stoat-cut face, hey? How can that look like a stoat-cut face? How can that look like a stoat? What do you have to say to them? Get me out of this uncomfortable position. Hey, get me out of this uncomfortable position. Get me out of this uncomfortable position. Oh, my sweetie pie. That's apple of his eye, huh? Yes, she is. She's happy just to go to sleep there right now. Oh, the footy needs to come out there. Sorry. And she's pulled her footy out here as well. Yeah. Put it on the ground. And Mr. Personality, you've got to walk personality, talk personality. We have no personality. There. Ozzy. There. Hello. Hello. Come on, Oz, just give them one of your looks. Your fierce, ferocious looks. Okay. It's about as fierce and ferocious as what Ozzy is going to get. Yes, dear. Yeah, he can win a staring competition. So he's just recovered last month or the month before. When did he recover from his conjunctivitis? Last month. Maybe we go down memory lane sometime. Personality reigns. What personality? And I was pulling out photos the other day of them with when they were literally pups. Jessie looked like a freaking front page model. Now she's like a recipe book Vorshi. But yeah, what can we say? Guys, I've kept you for the hour. I've kept you for the time. I look forward to actually taking a look at some messages, feedback, and things like that. Drop it on the site for me, please. On WhatsApp, drop me a message. As I said, many things: studies, work, just spending some time with my wife. School's getting doubled up as well. Just trying to sort out our future as we're going along as well has brought me to the fact that, and then as I said, I don't feel that I actually do you any justice by bringing you proper, decent content. Like maybe a little bit today was a little bit okay, but usually I'm just running with chewed food. And I really appreciate your goodness and your kindness and always being there for us. And yeah, you guys have been awesome. So yeah, listen up and we'll see. Have a beautiful, beautiful 2026. You guys are absolute awesomeness on its own. I wouldn't have anybody else than you guys. You pick me up every week. You carry me through every week. And you know what? When you look into the mirror next time, you just say to yourself, hey, you're awesome. So for probably the beginning of the end, thank you once again. Stay good. Take care. Be good. And if you can't be good, at least be kind.